No, I just like to say how proud I am of our team. Our team fought. Obviously, it wasn't a pretty game, but it was a formative game for us, and I think it's a result that we can build off of. It's an effort we can build off of. The other thing I want to do is just give a shout out to Brandon Horgan and his staff. I felt like our team physically, in terms of our conditioning, was able to play a 4-quarter game, and I thought that was a big difference late in the game. So just want to give credit to him because he was a difference maker for us tonight.
All right, as always, if you have a question, use the raise hand function. Aria, why don't you get us started?
Clark, what led to the decision to roll with Ken Seals tonight and to not use Mike Wright at all?
Well, Mike was limited in practice this week, so he sustained, and it's not a big injury, but an injury to his shoulder in the game last weekend, and he was available tonight, but didn't really get a chance to have a full week of practice, and so just felt like it wasn't right to throw him out there, and we needed to establish some rhythm again. So had nothing to do with his performance or a plan not to use him. It was about the injury and his lack of availability in practice.
Chris Lee, go ahead.
Hey, Clark, first of all, congratulations on your first win. Second of all, and I'm watching from TV, but it looked like the Trey McBride penalty and maybe the taunting that went with it really got your sideline energized and maybe put a little anger and fire into your team at that point. How did you see that from where you were, and was that a bit of a difference maker?
Well, first of all, thank you, Chris. Here's what I know to be true about tonight. We did not play well early. Some of the same things that challenged us last week challenged us again. We had pre-snap penalties. We had a turnover that led to a touchdown. I mean, there is so much to clean up, but that sideline and the belief on that sideline was the difference tonight. And I don't think that has anything to do with Trey McBride. That has to do with, Vanderbilt football discovering itself. And, I give a credit to our players who are learning how to compete with a dominant mindset for 4 quarters and to compete with the belief too. And listen, we'll take all the help we can get, for opponents, personal fouls, et cetera. But to me, I think that tone was set early on our sideline, and it sustained throughout. And I think we learned a lot about what it means to put all our effort into a result this evening. So I'm very proud of the guys for that.
Robbie.
Clark, you mentioned kind of the early sloppiness. So what changed after you guys went down 14-0?
Well, we settled in a little bit, but there were still issues pre-snap that we have to clean up. We made some plays. We had the pick from Jaylen, which was huge, that set up a touchdown. We had some guys step up for us and play well on the perimeter. And Ken made some good throws, and we stayed the course. And the defense, once we settled in, I think the game was just moving a little fast for us in the first couple of drives. Once we settled in, when we forced the field goal attempt that missed, the first one, that was a big moment for us because that was really the first time we've counterpunched as a program, and that was special. I think that was a moment that interjected some spirit into that sideline too. But the biggest thing for us is to recognize what we control and to put our effort into the things that we control. And not to sound overly cliche, but we got to look at last weekend not as something that happened to us, but something that it was a result that we contributed to in our preparation. We came out this week on Tuesday, and I told the team, and I don't mind telling you, it was not good enough. There was still a lack of attention to detail, still a lack of focus. And it's not that they don't want to do it. They do. we have to demand it from them, and they have to understand how attention to detail and execution and practice, when you prepare with humility, you can compete with arrogance and with some swagger and with some enthusiasm and confidence. Because in game, it's not going to be perfect, right? We look for excellence in our game day. Excellence, accounts for the fact that it's going to be sloppy at times. There are going to be mistakes, but we have so much more room to go in early week preparation so that we're controlling everything we control to give our best effort on Saturday. And I think the lesson of tonight is, we're good enough to win games sloppy. But I think this can fuel us forward as well, just in terms of the level of prep early in the week.
There are a lot of guys on the team, including Ken, of course, who had never won a college game before. So what do you think this does for them in terms of belief and confidence?
Well, we're 1-1, so we don't take ownership over the things that happened before. I think what we did was we took an effort in our first game that we weren't proud of, and we shifted into one where we took the fight to Colorado State for 4 quarters. Some of that was counterpunching, some of that was handling adversity. Adversity in week 1 just stole our spirit. This week, it seemed like it ignited our spirit, and that's an important moment. So as far as, we can't draw our confidence, I guess, Robbie, from result. Like, we can't live in that world. It's got to be confidence through preparation. It's got to be confidence through early week practice and attention to detail. And we build to, again, a confident performance on Saturday through our work in the week. And so we don't take confidence from this win. We celebrate it, we enjoy it, we learn from it, we move on, and we got to do that quickly because we got a good team coming into Nashville next week.
Chris Lee, you got another one?
Yeah, Clark, what was different about your defense in the second half tonight?
Well, we created some negative plays. We played more physically at the line of scrimmage. There were runs that kind of seeped out on us early in the game that kept their offense in rhythm. And so it seemed to be a lot of 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, 1st and 10, right? Like, it was just, we weren't able to get our cleats set and win at the line. And I felt like we did a better job of that. We created negative snaps. I thought Jesse did a great job of, dialing up some pressure and movement that caused some issues for them. They settled into what I felt like was a strong performance. We want the last drive back. I think particularly when, the damage was done by the best player on the opposing team, and we need to be better than that, to know that that's where the ball's going in critical moments, and to have the answers to take it away. But on the whole, just again, I think a character night for the defense, where in the second half they came out and represented themselves really well. Jesse and the defensive staff deserve credit, but a ton of credit goes to those players and the way they played physically.
Aria, go ahead.
Is there any update on Michael Warden after he left with that injury?
I don't have an update on that. I'm sure. I'm not sure where it's at. Obviously, he wasn't able to get off on his own, but don't know much more about that.
All right, Robbie, last one.
Clark, it seemed like you guys were hammering away on like the short passing game, especially, with Cam over the middle and all that. Was there a moment, on the headset or something where Joey, said, hey, we're going to keep going back to this, or, if not, I guess, how did that open things up for the offense?
We just try to identify the soft spaces on the field, the places where the plays exist, right? So coverages a lot of time will dictate where that ball goes. And I thought the offensive staff did a really nice job of they adjusted very well. And, right at the end of the second quarter on the 2-minute drive into the third quarter, where we were able to score twice, I thought that the adjustments on offense were really good. I thought the playmakers stepped up. We have to find and maintain that rhythm into the fourth quarter, because if we can go up 2 scores, that really changes the complexion of the game. And we weren't able to come up with the plays when we needed them, but some of that was penalty driven too, right? We had the illegal cut that was called on a big gain for us. It was driving into their territory. We had the offensive PI that was called on the sideline, followed up by the delay game, which I'll take ownership of. But, those things are things that are killer to drives too. And that may have given us a chance if we could have finished one of those with points or both of those with points. That changes the complexion, as it were. We had to come up with a 2-minute drive there, and Joe was able to bang it through. So we're going to celebrate that. We'll take it how it is and learn from it and move on from there.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Just muted.
All right, guys, we should have Joseph Bulovas, kicker, coming up first. Jaylen Mahoney and Ken Seals scheduled to join us as well.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Joseph, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All righty, we're going to take our first question here from Robbie with Vandy 247. Robbie, go ahead.
Hey, Joe. Of course, you won a lot of games at Alabama. What does it mean to you to be able to knock through such a big kick, a game-winning kick, in a kind of a pivotal game almost, it felt like, for the program, where it's been so long since they've won a game and it's been a long time since your teammates had this feeling.
Well, I think first and foremost, I just feel very blessed and very grateful to be here. Coach Lee took a chance on me, and I'm just trying to make the most of it for this team. And I mean, the guys in the locker room, they sure deserve it. They work their tails off day in and day out. And this game is not about a game-winning kick or anything like that. It's about hard work throughout 60 minutes of the game. And they wrote the letter. I just sealed the envelope. So I'm just very grateful to be here, man.
Aria, go ahead.
There's a pretty big disparity between the two special teams today. So, with them missing 2 kicks, getting a blocked punt. So what do you think made the difference for you guys on special teams today?
Well, I think with any specialist, the key to their success is their preparation. And so Coach Lusty does a great job day in, day out throughout each week of preparation of making sure the specialists are ready. And it also comes down to the character of each and every guy that we've got in our circle. And we've got a great group of guys that really take pride in what they do, have a lot of pride in their craft. And so we can only focus on what we can control. I can't speak for the other team. I think they fought very, very hard today, and we're thankful to come out on the winning end here.
All right, Chris Lee, go ahead.
Joseph, how do you prepare in the moment for a kick like that, in terms of just everything from being on the sideline to going out there to the snap and, talking to teammates, not talking to teammates, whatever goes into a pressure kick like that? What's your routine?
Well, there's no quote from Bruce Lee. It's like, I don't fear a man who's practiced 1,000 kicks or 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man who's practiced 1 kick 1,000 times or 10,000 times. I don't know the specifics on it, but it doesn't matter if it's game winner from 55 yards or it's a practice kick from 25. It's the same routine every time. And I think any punter and any specialist can tell you it's the same routine over and over again. And we're just repetition and doing your very best to get the result that you want by staying focused on your process. And you focus on your process, you play fearlessly. So there's no difference. Emotion just comes in. It doesn't affect anything physically, and that's how I view it. And a lot of the other specialists view it. I know the guys in this room view it the same way as well.
Joseph, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys. Have a great one.
How is it going?
Hey, Ken.
What is up? So happy to see you guys today.
We're happy as well.
Let's go.
Robbie, go ahead.
Yeah, Ken. I mean, I guess it's been a long time coming. I mean, this is your first college win. What what's the feeling like? Is it relief? Is it, what is the feeling like? And I guess how can this help build some belief, especially in, the guys in your class and also the freshmen who had not won a college game before?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sophomore. I don't know. I guess technically that was my first one too. So it was really special. I think this game was extremely important for the direction of our program and this team. And I'll just say this, like, God has blessed us all with the athletic ability to go out here and play this game, and we're all grateful. And He's seen the work that we put in, and I think that work was honored tonight. And I'm truly blessed and grateful for the teammates that I have and the opportunity that we were given. But the feeling is so special. Like it's very like it's a rewarding feeling that you don't get often when you know that something is important and something is big as what you've been working for so long is finally like come, and you're able to like succeed and enjoy the feeling of like being completely exhausted on the battlefield. It truly is special. But I'm more happy for every single one of those guys in the locker room right now that I was able to do my part and I was able to help get this team to the outcome that we wanted. And I know that my role is important, especially in my position. And whenever I come out to play, I'm trying to win for those guys. And I'm obviously just so blessed and thankful that I was able to do that for them tonight.
Chris.
Ken, what was it like being on the field as the final second ticked off? What was it like in the locker room afterwards? Because it's been a while since you guys have had that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's my first. It's been a while. I mean, ever, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's over. Like the clock hit 0 and, we had 24 and they had 21. It's just like, it's over. Like we did it. And it's like, like just sheer joy. And it's a feeling like, and the visuals I'll never forget, like just, hugging my teammates and just, almost like on the verge of like tears. And, it's tough because internally I struggle with like, do you celebrate like these wins, like as intensely, like we just want a Super Bowl or whatever, because we know at the end of the day, like we got an opponent next week and we want the exact same outcome. But to have the first one out of the way, I think is special. And all these guys and me, we're going to enjoy this. And it's not going to distract us. Monday hits, we're hitting the field. We're going to go back to work and we're winning the response. It's every week, whether it's win or lose, win the response on Monday. And so I think now the belief has started to like grow a little bit. Like it was there inside the team. And now this is just going to help it expand and flourish among everyone. And so I'm really excited to see what this team can do with some belief.
Aria.
So last week against ETSU, you guys got down early and you weren't able to come back, had a lot of turnovers at the end. But then this week, it was kind of the opposite where you went down early and then you did make the comeback. So what was the difference in those two games in terms of being able to come back from that early deficit?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the biggest difference for me was I feel like God humbled me in the first week. I think I maybe got a little bit too big for my head. And I felt like, I did this as a freshman, like I'm a year older. No more COVID. Like we're going to have fans. This is going to be awesome. Like I'm going to be running the show. And I just got a big slap of reality really quick. And it hit me hard. It hit me really hard. And, I had to come to Jesus moment where I was like, I got to give you the glory and this is all for you. And, like I said, like, that's what I'm trying to do. And that was my approach. I'm not playing for everyone in the stands, but, I'm playing to make the best out of the opportunities and the abilities that he's blessed me with. So I'm extremely grateful. And I contribute all of that to the difference in my performance tonight.
Robbie, you have another?
Yeah, Ken, what do you think changed for the offense, around the second quarter or so after you guys went down 14-0?
Yeah, I settled into the game. It took me a while. First couple of drives, I still felt like a little bit of like quick twitchiness in my feet. And I think, once the game settled down, I got my eyes off the rush and was looking at the coverage. Like I was starting to see everything. And, I hadn't felt that all last week during the game against ETSU, but it just kind of clicked for me. And I know we weren't able to move the ball as much as we wanted to after that score in the third quarter, but, whether it be penalties or miscommunication by me and the receivers, like there's always going to be things to clean up. So it's, I think me calming down in the pocket is ultimately, one of the better things that happened in the game.
What with the quick passing game, I mean, you guys were giving them headaches with that for sure. What was working so well with that, and how can you guys continue to use that going forward? Especially like you were hitting Cam a lot over the middle and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that I'm very familiar with and comfortable running. Last year I did it a lot. That was kind of the basis of our offense was, run action RPO stuff, quick game, get it out quick. I didn't really have many down the field passes. This offense is a lot different. There are deeper concepts, and that has been the adjustment for me as a quarterback to start to handle. And I'm still learning, and I have a lot to learn. And we're going to watch the film and see it all out there. But I think, I operate quick game RPO stuff well. That's what I feel comfortable doing. And obviously, whatever is the offense is going to be successful at, I think, is what coach is going to call. So I was very happy for the way that we were able to respond after the first couple of tries that didn't go our way, down 14-0. We could have just mailed it in, went into the locker room for halftime, came back out, had no energy, but we were able to drive it down the field and get a score right before half. And I think, obviously, I've already said, but I think that was the turning point for the game, and whenever we got the momentum, and it really started to take over in our favor.
All right, Ari, last one.
Oh, I just forgot to put my hand down.
That wasn't a good question at all. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate you.
Y'all are
See you next
out
time.
late. I respect it. So
Yeah.
thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, everyone.
Everyone,
Thanks for staying
Jaylen
up with us.
Mahoney.
Oh yeah, Jaylen Mahoney. Here we go. Sorry, Jaylen. Almost forgot you.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Jaylen, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. All right, Robbie, go ahead.
Jaylen, what do you think changed for the defense after you guys went down 14-0 pretty early there?
I think in the beginning of the game, they started hitting us with tempo, and we just had to get adjusted to the tempo. And once we got adjusted to that, we just started giving it to them, punishing them, and they just got tired in the end and came out for the win.
Chris Lee.
Jaylen, that wasn't a very easy pick that you had there. You had to dive for it. What did you see on that throw? How did you know to make the read that you made there?
So on that play, it was a man call. So I knew that I had to catch the receiver, and he was going to run a seven route, which is a corner route. And I broke on it, and I really didn't expect the quarterback to throw it, but he threw it, and I dove and went and got it. So, and I was excited because that was a big turning point in the game for us. Because at that point we were down 14, I think 7. And then after that, we went down to score, punched it in, and we had the momentum from there.
Robbie.
Jaylen, I mean, these days in college football, only allowing 21 points, that's pretty good. What do you think this performance does for the confidence and the belief of, the defense?
I mean, it just only pushes our confidence. Like we already had confidence. We practice hard. So if we practice hard, we know we're gonna play hard. So at the end, it's just gonna give us a little, like, some more confidence for our next game next week against Stanford. So we're gonna hit Monday, practice hard, and then from there we'll see the results from Saturday.
Jaylen, thanks a lot. Safe travels home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys. That's it. Let's all go to bed, huh?
Good night, Chad.
Good night.